In this video, we are doing the world's first range test of the brand new Polestar 3 long range dual motor. I went into this video and this test with really high expectations, and my god did this brand new Polestar 3 deliver. So guys, this is an exciting video with great results, and I'm really glad to be the first in the world to present a full range test of the brand new Polestar 3. So without further ado, let's find out how far this car can go on a full charge of battery at a constant 120 kph or 75 miles an hour on the motorway. On July 15th, we are doing a giveaway to celebrate 50,000 subscribers here on the channel. In collaboration with Zaptec and them partnering up with Polestar as Polestar's recommended home charger, we are giving away 2 Zaptec GO home chargers. To enter, simply subscribe to this channel and comment down below, "I want a Zaptec GO home charger." Thanks Zaptec for sponsoring this video. Welcome to the Polestar 3 long-range dual motor. So I'm here in Spain, right outside of Madrid, at the world premiere launch or drive of the Polestar 3 and the Polestar 4, and I've been able to make quite a few videos, and I'm actually on my way to the airport, going back to Norway in a few hours. So I've spent the rest of the day here, going to do a range test. And usually I do these range tests where we do ABA testing. So we start one place, we go a different place, and then we go back to where we started. And this is to account for differences in elevation and also wind direction. But on our way from, well, the media hub where we've been filming a lot of these cars, and back here, it's been fine. But there was an accident on the way back, so I think we're going to try to loop a different place, but I know we started at 1,200 meters, so we're going to try to loop around towards the airport and then get back to the same elevation so we can have as close to a fair range test as possible. But you know, this test and the test I've done down here, I did one with this car. I've also done one with the Cooper Tavascan in Barcelona, and also that video is going to go out later with the Polestar 4. It's not going to be a one-to-one comparison with the tests I do back home in Norway because I have my standardized route is over 200 kilometers. We're on the road for more than 2 hours. I don't have time to do that now because I said I have to go back to the airport. So this is going to give you guys a very close approximation to what you can expect, but it's not going to be a one-to-one comparison. But like in Spain in summer, the weather is pretty nice here. 25 degrees Celsius outside now, sunny weather, and also a very weak wind of about 1 meter per second, which is a headwind in the direction we're headed now. So we're probably going to try to go east, so that's a crosswind, so that won't affect us too much. So a little bit of an update. Let's jump into the menu here to get the consumption. So after about 20 minutes on the road, I'm guessing now, our average consumption is pretty low at 14.1 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. But I'm also suspecting that we're at a very low elevation of about 800 meters, so we'll be going downhill. So that's where we're going to try to go uphill. We're going to try to change up the direction so it's more representative of what you can expect in the real world. So that very low consumption of 14.0 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers isn't realistic yet. Okay guys, we've now gone for almost an hour. I don't know the exact kilometers, we're gonna check that in a second, but we're gonna turn around now. We tried to climb in elevation, but I have limited amount of time, and we're now at 628 kilometers. And let's go into the menu here to see the trip. And the bottom there, 100 kilometers and 18.6 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. And that is really impressive, but keep in mind that at the beginning of this trip, we were dropping like from 1,200 meters down to 600 meters. But the upside of that is that we've been driving at an elevation of 600 meters for probably the last 80 kilometers. So what we're gonna do now is that we're gonna loop back around, head towards the airport in Madrid to an Ionity charger. And then, yeah, that's about 40 kilometers from here. And then we're going to see what consumption we have then, and also connect to an Ionity charger and see what charging speed we get with this car after a few hours on the road. Okay guys, we are now here at the Ionity charging station here in Madrid, close to the airport. So I'm going to turn around the camera now and show you the actual numbers here. So after 136 kilometers, our average consumption is 20.8 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. So that also includes a little bit of driving in traffic here, which usually I don't, count, but because we have that elevation to make up, I think I'm going to include it either way, because I think it's more representative of our actual real world consumption. It was a little bit lower before I hit traffic, like 19.8, but I think I'm going to include it because I want to get as accurate as possible reading of the consumption of this car as possible. So we're at this Ionity charging station. Let's see if I can just drop my camera right here, and then I can connect this. So this is on a 400 volt architecture and should have a peak charging speed of 250 kilowatts. But that is only with a Tesla charger, because to get that at, let's see, English? Sorry. Okay, verifying. So to get that 250 kilowatt charging speed, the car has to be able to take almost 650 amps, and that is only possible at Tesla chargers, not at normal CCS chargers, because these peak at 500 amps. And this is something I've had verified by engineers that I talked to yesterday at dinner here in Spain. So you're not going to be able to see that charging speed now. Now we're probably going to get closer to 200 kilowatts. So let's see, we're currently at 29% stated charge. And let's see what we're going to get here. So 125 kilowatts, 196 kilowatts. That is not bad at all. We have not done any preconditioning, but of course it is like 25, 26 degrees Celsius outside, and that's the temperature it has been all day basically. Maybe a little bit colder when we started, but yeah, getting at 29%, we're getting 196 kilowatts. Okay guys, now let's take a look at the results. And of course, there are a whole bunch of caveats for these results, and you cannot compare them one-to-one with my normal range test. First off, today's route was a lot shorter. Secondly, we didn't do ABA testing, where we start in one place and then we go to another and then we go back to where we started. The reason why that is so important is because you can account for changes in elevation and also wind direction. But we went like in an S loop today, so we should have eliminated most of that wind only coming from one place, and also only 1 meter per second wind according to the wind map. But the big thing today may be that elevation, where we started at around 1200 meters and then we ended now at 650 meters. But for the past maybe 110 kilometers, so I'm going to guess 110, 115 kilometers, we've actually been at the same elevation. So that, initial drop in the beginning may not have actually accounted for a lot of that consumption, or accounting for lowering that consumption, but maybe just a little bit. So there is all of those caveats. And also we only did 136. Well, usually we do 216 kilometers. But with all of that out of the way, the Polestar 3 long-range dual motor posted a very, very impressive 20.8 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. So if we do the maths, we take the usable battery capacity of this car, 107 kilowatt hours, we divide it by the consumption, and then subtract 3% in heat loss. That gives us a theoretical range under today's conditions of 499 kilometers. And either way, guys, even though if we correct that, that is by far the best results we've ever gotten in any range test. That is super, super, super impressive. I can't stress that enough, how impressive, even with all the caveats. Even if we bring the car back to Norway and the consumption is 10-15% higher, we're still gonna have amazing range. I mean, today's results, we're at 84.5% of the WLTP rated range of this car, which is just amazing. There's nothing else to say. This car is just amazing. So yeah, let me know what you think down below, because I'm pretty excited about today's results, and actually better than what I got with another car I'm not allowed to talk about yet. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below, and for more car content, as always, please subscribe. See you guys later, and goodbye.